Hello everyone. Manually calculating neck column reinforcement can be repetitive, time-consuming and prone to errors. In this video, I will show you how to build a PlanSwift template that automates the entire process, from counting starter columns to generating accurate reinforcement quantities in just a few clicks. So without any delay, let's get right onto it. But as usual, before we begin building the template, let me very quickly show you the completed template first. I'll then provide the details: 16 mm dia and then the corresponding bar weight, and then the number of rows, 6 numbers. I'll provide the neck column height 1.6 meters and then the projection 0.75 meters and then the horizontal bend 0.3 meters. And lastly, the base cover. I'll then click on OK. I'll then highlight, and in just a few clicks, the software has generated the total reinforcement quantities required in those 8 neck columns. No missing quantities, no recalculation, no paper and pen. In the next minutes, I will show you exactly how I have built this template. So without any delay, let's jump right in. To build this template, you click on Templates. You then choose the tab you wish to save this template into. However, if you wish to create a new tab for your template, you can click on this new tab button and then name and create the tab you wish to save this template into. Next, we ask, which of the tools can cover this requirement? Of course, it's the count tool, so let's click on it. We will then name it neck column, and then select the shape we want to see on the highlight, and then take this scale if we wish to control the size of the highlight, and then click on OK. Now we need to customize, so I'll double click on it. I'll then click on Advanced, and in the Advanced is where we create our own properties and then customize them. I want these properties to be in estimating, so I can come in estimating and then click on any property in estimating and then click on this add property button. I'll name my first property dia, next property bar weight, next property number of rows, next property neck column height, next property projection, next property horizontal bend, next property base cover, next property rod length. I'll then click on OK. Now we have our properties. Next, we now need to assign units for these newly created properties of ours. So I'll come to the first one, dia in millimeter, the bar weight in kg, the number of rows is in numbers, neck column height is in meters, projection in meters, horizontal bend in meters, the base cover is in meters, and then the rod length in meters as well. Next, I want the software to ask me these things, so I'll come to the boxes of the properties I want the software to ask me and then tick off their boxes. There are certain elements I do not want to see in the form, so I'll scroll to untick them. Let us now have a look at our form. And the software has asked me these properties. However, I would like to do some rearrangement to the form, so I'll click on Advanced. I'll then click on the form layout. The form layout allows us to rearrange and adjust. I want the dia, bar weight and number of rows to be on the same row, so I'll tick these boxes. I want the color and the field type to be on the last row. Next, I want the neck column height, the projection to be on the same row, and the horizontal bend and the cover to be on the same row as well. I now want to see units appear on them. Now I have my desired form. Next, I want to see a drop-down list from which to choose the dia, the bar weight, and maybe the number of rows. So I'll click on OK to get back to advanced. I'll then double click on the dia property. I'll then provide the list I want to see in the menu. I'll then click on OK. I'll then double click on the bar weight to provide the corresponding bar weights. I'll then change the decimals to 3 decimal places and then click on OK. For the number of rows, if you wish, you can provide something and then click on OK. I want the software to remember something for the visual, so I'll click on the dia, 16 mm dia, and then the corresponding bar weight, and then the base cover. Now we do our computation. I'll come to the rod length, and in it I want the neck column height to add with the projection and to add with the horizontal bend, and then to subtract the base cover. I now want the count takeoff to multiply by the rod length and to multiply by number of rows, and then to multiply by the bar weight to have the result in kg. I'll then change the units to kg. Now the software gives us the result in kg. What if you need the result in tons and not in kg? To have the result in tons and not in kg, you click on the bar and then click on these 3 dots. You highlight everything and then put it in bracket, and whatever the result comes, you want it to divide by 1000. And once I hit this OK, the software now gives us the result in tons and not in kg. Now that our formula is set, let us have a look at our form again. Everything is looking perfect. I'll click on OK. And our template, neck column, is ready. Let's get back to home to put it to test. To test it, I need to get to the tab I saved it. And in the tab I have it. I'll click on the green button to activate it. I'll then provide the details, 16 mm dia, the corresponding bar weight, and then the number of rows, the neck column height 1.6 meters, and the projection 0.75 meters, and then the horizontal bend 0.3 meters, and then the cover. I'll click on OK. I'll then highlight and our template neck column or starter column is ready for use across multiple projects. As you've already known, the goal is not just to learn the PlanSwift software, but to build smart reusable systems that could be applied across multiple projects. In the next video, we will continue our reinforcement template series. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one.